I'm grateful that I'm starting to become patient with myself. I used to always be like, why can't you do this yet? Like, also with talking in front of a camera, it took me a long time to actually become comfortable, to become fully myself, because I would be so aware that there's a camera and suddenly start shutting down or people pleasing or telling people things that I feel like they wanted to hear, or becoming a certain way that I knew that people would like or something, and not the real me. So I'm so grateful that I kept I kept having patience with myself. I gave myself the time, but I also kept pushing myself out of my comfort zone with that. And that's always a balance, you know. It's always good to give yourself little nudges like outside of your comfort zone, but you gotta feel when it's too much. Like when you feel like, okay, you know what, I did this, I took this step out of my comfort zone today, 2 steps is too much for today, then you don't do 2 steps. Because if you force yourself too far out of it immediately, it's gonna backlash. Like you're gonna move deeper into your comfort zone and feel more of that anxiety, and then it's gonna get even more difficult to do. So what I always advise is to just take a step out, see how it feels. If it feels okay for you, take another step. If not, then that step is fine for today or this week or this month. Like you really have to test, you have to keep like testing yourself with that. Okay, where is it too much for me? Where am I still feeling good? Oh no, today was too much. Today I did too much. Okay, tomorrow I'm gonna do a bit less. Oh, today I did too little. Tomorrow I'm gonna do a bit more. So just constantly keep testing yourself. Like, where are your limits? Where can you nudge yourself a little bit more? Where can you relax a little bit? Where can you just like slow down a little bit? This is something you constantly have to test. And this is how you work with your intuition and your feelings, because that's where your intuition helps you. That's where your gut feeling helps you as well. And that's where you learn to listen to your body, not just to your mind, and learn how that both works together. You know, it's just like, oh, your mind's going to say one thing, your body maybe will be saying something else. And to be honest, like I've learned that your body and how you feel, that's the most important thing, because your brain always tries to protect you somehow. And if you start overthinking everything, you're not really going to get anywhere. So just going with it, feeling more, trying to shut your brain off if you're an overthinker like me, is a good thing to do. It really helps. I used to just always, like, my brain used to sabotage me so much that very often at times when I'm doing something, like I'm taking this video, it would like make me picture myself from the outside. So kind of a little bit like disassociation, but like I would see myself doing this and I would think that was so absurd, and I was like, what the hell am I even doing? And then I would stop. Like that would block my process. But now I've learned to be in the moment. I've learned to, I'm doing this, and there's a reason why I'm doing it, and I don't need to question anything. And I completely accept the absurdity of life, the absurdity that we talk to cameras now. So what? I'm talking to a camera, but I'm able to talk to so many people, and I'm so grateful for that. So start, you know, if you're like me, like if you think in that way as well, maybe those insights will help you, because they really, really helped me to get over some of the things that really like, I had a lot of things that blocked me so much. Acting courses have helped me to become more vulnerable, to just let that wall that I always put on down, to realize like it's okay to struggle with things, to have emotions. It's okay to show that in a healthy way. Once you start showing that bit, like little by little, you'll realize how to even show it, because at the start, like you're gonna be scared of even showing emotion to others, because you're always gonna be scared of being too much. But once you do it little by little, you process them also on your own, then the way you show them to others won't be in this way of like, oh, pity me, but it will be more like, okay, I'm sharing this experience with you because maybe it will help you. Or maybe, you know, you do need to share something with someone and get a little bit of comfort and support from them, but you won't fully depend on that, because you're also learning to process it on your own. So those are some of the things that I've learned, and that I'm just very, very grateful for. Every form of art, oh my god, even if you're doing like a very stable job, please pursue some of like the artistic hobbies, because that is really a good outlet for your emotions. The way that we can put everything that we're going through, like as a, maybe even as a coping mechanism, but in that art, and at the same time create something beautiful and touch other people with it. I love that so, so, so much. So keep creating, like, even if you're not in a very creative field, or you don't think of yourself as a creator, just sit down one day and start writing, or just like listen to something or draw something. Like, it doesn't have to be good. There's literally no rules attached to that. A great way to deal with your emotions, to express, just to let it out, like to just, I don't know, it's amazing. It has helped me so much personally, like singing and acting. Oh my God, even if I never become a singer or an actress, I will forever be grateful that I started doing that, and I'll never let that go, because I love it. I love it so much. And man, I'm grateful that I'm not attached to outcomes anymore. I do what I do. I take steps. I do my classes. I write my stuff. I take my videos, and I just see where that leads to. Just if I could give you more advice, I mean, I'm doing it anyways. It's to not attach yourself so much to specific outcomes. Of course, you can have goals and dreams, and if there's something specific you want, of course that's okay. But all I'm saying is be open to something even better happening. Be open. Just be open. And you will receive from the universe if you're open. You won't if you're not open, because then you won't even see other opportunities. You know, sometimes when you get into this point where you're like, wow, the greatest thing that has ever happened to me was always in front of me, but I never saw it, like that, because you were too focused on some sort of ideal image that you had in your mind. Sometimes you don't even know what's going to make you the happiest, but the universe knows. So trust that, and trust, like, do your things, take your steps, work towards your goals, but be open, look around you. Maybe there's going to be other opportunities that are going to be even better for you, and just don't let them slip because you're too focused on this one particular outcome. Those like desires for specific outcomes that we have, I mean, they also come from very often from this like ideal image that we developed, that we can't know if something is actually going to make us happy until we achieve it. And very often that thing is not even the thing that makes us happy. So I fully trust that, you know, if you just trust in the universe, it will just bring you the thing that makes you the most happy. Like, yeah, that's just what I believe, and I love that. I'm grateful for that belief. I'm grateful that I think this way. I'm grateful that I don't dim my light for anyone anymore. I was raised that way. Like, I was raised to dim my light to make other people more comfortable. I always thought, like, okay, if I'm just as silent as I can be and just sit still and look pretty, people are going to be more comfortable and they're going to be happier. And I did that for such a long time. And I'm so happy that I'll never, ever, ever, ever do that again. Ever. Ever. I don't care if people are comfortable or not. Like, I know that I'm not going to do anything to insult anyone. I'm not gonna like make people uncomfortable on purpose or whatever, but if you're just uncomfortable because of my presence, then you can be uncomfortable. Like, I don't care. I'm gonna do what I think is right. I'm gonna look the way that I like to look, and I know that the right people will be there to uplift me, to celebrate me, just like I'm there to uplift and celebrate people. And that's also something that I want to tell you. Please only surround yourself with people that celebrate you, that uplift you. I want you to know that that is a possibility. I also didn't think that those people existed before, until I took the risk of letting people that bring me down, I just removed them from my life. I took that risk because that meant that I was gonna have to be alone for a while. I was alone. I started celebrating myself, uplifting myself, and guess what? The people that uplift me, that celebrate me, started entering my life. And that is going to happen to you too. The moment that you start celebrating yourself, that you start uplifting yourself. Please do that and see how those types of people will enter your life. And anytime when anyone enters your life where their energy is off, where they have some sort of resentment towards you, where they don't wish you good things, where they don't like defend you in rooms where you're not present, please remove them from your life. It's better to be alone than to have those types of people in your life. And you're not gonna be alone, because the moment you celebrate yourself, the moment you uplift yourself, the moment you keep loving yourself, I assure you, people on that same wavelength are gonna enter your life. And that's just how it happens. You gotta feel love for people too. Like, I feel like if you feel love for people and if you also want to uplift them and celebrate them, like, that's how the mutual thing starts. I'm not talking about, oh, look for people that, you know, want to uplift you while you're bringing them down. You also have to take responsibility and look inside of yourself and see, like, am I uplifting people too? Am I celebrating the ones that I love as well? You know, that's also important. So at the same time, taking responsibility and just feeling so much love for everything around you. Please do. Life is beautiful. Life is beautiful when you start feeling love. Love is it's the strongest feeling in the world. It's divine. It can't be anything other than that, because it heals everything. It like, the moment that you add love to negativity, that negativity becomes positivity. The moment you add love to darkness, darkness becomes light. That's how strong love is. And once you let that in, a lot of people have difficulties letting that in. I had difficulties letting that in. It took me a long time, a long practice. I did a specific type of meditation to let that love in. Once I let it in, so much changed. So much changed, because I don't feel like I have to pretend like I don't care anymore or that I'm too much. I will literally go on and tell someone that I love them, share my love with people online, just without being scared that I'm not gonna get it back, so then I'm gonna be embarrassed or I'm gonna be let down. Like, no, let go of that fear. All you have to worry about is about, like, the way you express yourself, the way you show your light and love to everyone around you, the way you light up rooms, the way, that's what you're concerned with. And no one can bring you down. No one can, like, devalue you. No one can degrade you. No one can do that if you don't let them. I'm not saying that if someone disrespects you, you shouldn't call them out on it. Of course you should. I'm just saying that don't be scared to show love just because you're scared of not getting it back, because you're not showing it to get it back immediately, first of all. And second of all, if you don't get it back, that doesn't say anything about you. That says something about the other person. You're still powerful and courageous, and honestly, showing love is just like an act of courage as well. So that, yeah, that's it actually. Okay, mwah, bye.